Okay, so in this video we're going to be doing about volumes of harder 3D shapes. So previously we've already been doing cylinders, and when you were younger you obviously must have done cuboids and cubes and things like that. So we're now just going to the harder 3D shapes. So there are three main ones. You've got the sphere, cone and the pyramids. The sphere one is fairly nice, so all you need to do is remember the formulas really. Some are given in your exam. You'll have like a little formula sheet. So some will be given but some won't be. To be honest, it's so much easier just to remember them, because then you'll be much quicker when you do the questions. But if you're someone that's good at remembering stuff, then I would definitely do that. So the volume of a sphere is this formula. So you've got 4/3 r cubed pi. So these are all multiplied together, and r represents the radius, so that's from the middle of the sphere out to the outside of the sphere. Or if it's to do with circles, it'll be from the middle to the circumference. So yes, that's the formula for that. The cones and pyramids, you can use the same formula. So we do 1/3 of the area of the base. So if it's a cone, obviously it'll be a circle, and if it's a pyramid, it'll either be a square or a rectangle. So you'd find the area of that and you times by h. Now h is the vertical height, so that would be the height from the middle of the base, or the area of the base, up to where the point is. Okay, when we're doing surface areas, especially with cones, you'll have a slanty height, which will be like this bit here. That isn't able to be used for the volume, okay, so you do need the long height, so from the middle to the point. So we're going to be using these. So we're going to start with a sphere, just because I thought it was the easiest, and you will be able to use a calculator for all these. So with this sphere, we've got a 5 centimetre radius because it's from the middle to the outside. So all we do is substitute it into the formula. So 4/3 multiplied by the radius, which is 5, and we cube it, and then we multiply that by pi, and then we just type it in. So all of my answers I'm going to do to one decimal place. Cubed times by pi SD, so 523.6. That'd be centimetres cubed. Okay, obviously make sure you read the question. That'll probably tell you how many decimal places or sig figs they want. And it's as easy as that. So we're going to do a cone and a pyramid on the other side. Okay, so for the volume of this cone, we know it's 1/3, and we know that we times it by the height, which would be 8, but we need to find the area of the base. Okay, so the base of a cone is a circle. So we need the radius for that. At the moment we've got the diameter, so it's going from one side of the circle to the other. So the diameter at the moment is 6. So the radius is always half of that, so the radius will be 3. So the area of base is going to be the radius squared times by pi. Okay, which you can type in a calculator, and it'll be 28.3. Let me quickly just check that. Yep, 28.3. Okay, and then we put it into this formula. So 1/3 multiplied by 28.3 times by 8. Now when you do this next bit, if you just click answer, for when we do this part, it will keep all the decimal places, so your answer will be as accurate as it can be. So if we click the fraction sign, 1/3 multiplied by the answer, which is what we've just done for the area, times by 8, which is the vertical height, which is 75.4. Okay. Now the pyramid is exactly the same, it's just a different way of how to work out the base. Actually it's easier because it's just, for this one it's a square, but it'll either be a square or rectangle, which is just where you multiply the two sides together. So area of of base, okay, which is this bit at the bottom. So we just times those two together, so 5 times 5, which is 25 centimetres squared. Then we use a formula, so it would be a third, times by the area of the base, which we've just worked out was 25, times by the vertical height, which is 10. So 1/3 times 25 times 10, 83.3. centimetres cubed. Okay, so that's all you need to do as long as you follow the formulas.